It's
Yeah.
your, it's your boy Cuban. We got the
My bad.
Spittlez.
I cut off your superior intro. Give them your superior intro, courtesy of Los. Go ahead.
Nah.
Go ahead, pull it up.
It's your boy Cube Stoney.
That's when your man was gonna be a gamer on YouTube.
Nah. That was my bro. He wanted me to be the cultivating YouTube grower. So he said, Cuban, listen, my brother, that's gonna be your intro. Say Cuban
Because
Stoney.
everybody had an intro.
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that shit had me crying so much, bro, that I was like, I was sitting there rolling up the blunt, and for days, bro, I was like, yo, this dude is stupid. But on a real note, it's your boy Cuban.
And it's the homie Potch, and we are here at the Spittlez.
Spittlez.
First thing, I want to tell y'all, this is episode 1 on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
And we ran a couple pilots before, just trying this out, because everything is, practice makes progression. So we just, on a daily basis, trying to grow at everything we do and touch. You heard? We're trying to maximize everything. So this is episode 1. This is the fruits of our labor right here.
Fruits of our labor.
Get to see it first right here.
First hand.
This is not the last, of course. And before we start, I want to give a shout out to the Mogul brand, the Making Mogul Show, and New Heat Studios. You can check them all out on Instagram Live. They gave us this opportunity to join them here as we all continuously build our platforms and network with each other to maximize all of our efforts. And that's how we get shit done.
That's a fact, because it's all called a tribe mentality. Each one teach one, and we all grow. One hand washes the other. They both gonna wash the face, and if our faces is all clean and looking all shiny, we all gonna be swagged out together, right?
We lit. It's all about representation.
With that, I'm gonna give my brother a salute with that.
That's a fact.
More
new beginnings,
more blessings, and more wins,
yes,
and
sir.
more accomplishments yet to come.
Right here.
But with that being said, this is the origins of the Spittlez. The Spittlez is a neighborhood. It's not.
It was a neighborhood
It
chill
was
spot.
a neighborhood chill
Yeah,
spot.
yeah.
Like we grew up on a very tough part of the Bronx, you could say. Like, so we all used to come to this spot in front of a building and just talk shit. So with this platform, that's what we're going to pretty much introduce to y'all, a way to make your opinion be felt through however you want to proceed your shit. Like you could just keep your opinion.
Yeah, like I don't mean to cut you off, but like the lunchroom mentality. You know how you come together and you sit at the table in the lunchroom and y'all just chatting up shit about life and everything, what you doing, where you going, How
you been?
There could be a million topics, and that I want to be a little loose with the structure here at the Spittlez. While we're always going to talk about gains in our lives, you know what I'm saying, mentally and everything, we also come together to just chill. That's the biggest vibe of this. You know what I mean? And what I want to present to y'all is a podcast where you can come and join us, and it's like the practical virtual chill spot. You know what I mean? Like, come vibe with us. You know what I mean? And also, it's a place to come get your voice heard. You know what I mean? You got something you want to get off your chest, a topic you want to touch. All opinions are respected here.
Every opinion, it is, and it's all. What's mainly great about it is just your opinion. So it's an opinion-based thing. It can be a fact, and if it is a fact, kudos to you. But to be honest, it's just opinions that really is gonna make us grow. Because if we all put our opinions together and put it into one right situation, we blossom into something beautiful. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. There's definitely validity in that, you know what I mean? Where you just got to keep an open mind and work with like-minded people, and we're all. This is what I think. We're all an electrical signal. You know what I mean? And we're all amplifying at all times. There's no saying what you're amplifying, what signal you're sending out. Hopefully, blessings to you, it's a positive signal. And if it's not, change that shit, you heard? Because positive signals is what's going to take you far. Secondly, electricity is constant, you know what I mean? And it has to remain connected to remain constant, right? So you naturally seek out other sources that's going to maintain that connection and build that, strengthen that connection. You know, in hindsight, you could think about the electricity and the walls here, you know what I mean, that keep the lights running. Think about how the leads go different directions, but they all serve a purpose. You flip that switch, this gonna happen. You flip that switch, this gonna happen. And that's what we trying to build here.
Everything is a cause and effect, but make the effect be the right effect. Because you can do a whole bunch of extra shit that leads to nothing, but you can do a whole bunch of shit that leads to something. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna cross a mountain, it better be worth crossing that mountain. Don't just cross the mountain for no reason.
That's a fact. Just beating your feet for no reason. It's a big fact. But you know, back to where we come from, you know, we call this the Spittlez because that's what we called our neighborhood chill spot, the Spittlez, back on 183rd. So shout out to everybody, 183rd Street section in the Bronx.
183rd and
West
Andrews.
Side, you know
In between Andrews and Lauren, you heard.
West
Shout out.
Side.
West side 183rd. That's a fact. Shout out to everybody over there. But
and you know, we come from that. We come from the hard times. We got our trials and tribulations, our struggles that anybody could sit here and really chop it up about and tell a story. You know what I mean? But we trying to come out of that. We trying to create new stories, new chapters in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to create the book of Potch out here. You know what I mean? And tell my story and let it be my testimony. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here for. You know?
And I'm just trying to show the world how to grow the best medical marijuana somebody can offer.
My man got his aspirations, yes sir, yes sir. His cultivations that he putting his hands on, you know what I mean? That's a work of your own art too. You know what I mean? Like that's coming from you. Nobody could take that from you. You know, I do a couple things as well. I make music, you know, passively. I respectfully say that I make music passively, but
I was gonna say that
if you're trying to pull me out, holla at me. But I also do photography and. We're doing a number of things. You know, this podcast is one of them, but these are.
But I was gonna ask you
things.
To like give them a quick summary of how you got introduced to 183rd.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, I actually grew up in the Bushwick section of Brooklyn for the first 17 years of my life, and you know, hard times. A bad wave came through, you hear me, and just swept me out of there. And my mom had to push out and take shelter elsewhere. And that elsewhere ended up being the Bronx and 183rd Street, you know. And
came to my neighborhood, my neck of the woods. He pulled up over there.
You know what I'm saying? I met Cuban and his entire fucking gang of hooligans.
That's a fact.
And we just kept vibing since then. That was legit 20 years ago. Yeah, we're like on the 21st year of our friendship. So
that's a fact.
That's a valued thing, my friend. That's a valued thing because not too many people can say that. You know what I'm saying? So
we gotta cheers to that.
No doubt, man. 21 to the 21st year, man.
Yeah, you can't. A lot of people cannot say that they know. Oh, that's how true it is. Shout out to Lone too, because I know him for 21 years.
He got the droplet.
Yeah. That's how true it is. That's how you know somebody for so long. 21 years and y'all still
vibing like day one.
Vibing like day one and striving for more.
And trying to grow together and do more. Like realistically, I can't say that I have too many other friends with the long tenure that this man has. So that's a blessing in itself. You know what I mean? Like you start out with family from forever. And you don't even click with them the same, you know what I mean? So that's a big thing, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I show honor to this shit. So should you. If you got your significant others out there, and I don't mean your spouse and all of that. I'm talking about the family that ain't gotta be blood. And you know you got them. They out there. Make sure you tell them you love them and shit like that, bro. That shit goes a long way. Make sure you honor them. Make sure y'all honoring each other and y'all making each other grow because that's what it takes.
Say thank you from once in a while. It doesn't hurt to just tell that brother, yo, bro, good looking.
And check in and tap in. You. Yeah. A lot of energies that flutter around nowadays is that self-centered energy, bro. And that shit is
what can you do for me?
Yeah.
and that shit is
one-way relationships. That shit, toxicity, you know what I mean? It's a common thing nowadays, which is horrible in my opinion. And it's not that it can't go away. We all got to do our part to change that. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. But you strayed away from.
As we always will.
Yeah, always. That's one thing you're gonna know. We always stray away from our topic.
Bring us back.
Our topic, but I'm gonna always bring it back because soon it's gonna be my turn to.
Hit that live chat, bring us back as well.
Exactly.
You know
if you hit the live chat, we definitely gonna be watching.
Or help us stray, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
you know
straight into y'all direction, but continue saying from.
No doubt. So I came to the Bronx. 183rd, and I still have my woes over there as well, but there was the few individuals that I clicked in line with, and
like you said, I was one of them.
This man is still here, you know what I'm saying? Respect to the others that are still here as well, respect to those that have passed, 100%. RIP to all of y'all. Y'all know who y'all are.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, if I could count how many people stood with me since then, it would only be on one hand, and if I could fill that one hand, that would be a blessing, you know what I mean? Anybody that I love and respect from those times, you know who you are. And where I'm going from with that is that we came from that area, and we had our struggles in that area. We did whatever it took to climb up and all of that, you know what I mean?
Niggas done did bids, came home, and
hit the block. I had to live in the shelter for a while. I'm not trying to divulge too much because I'm sure we all had our rough patches. You know what I mean? We all been through it, and I ain't looking for nobody's pity or anything like that. So I use all of that as a growth experience, and I carry it with me through life in a positive fashion, you know what I mean? But I come from this being in a family shelter with my moms and all of that, and realizing that there wasn't much more we could do.
What's crazy? Our situations are similar to same because from when I moved from Lauren, I went to a shelter. Think about that.
What I'm saying, a lot of people probably got that story in the hood because shit was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. It was definitely rough.
Shout out to all our parents for trying their best and shit. You know what I mean?
To keep it intact, to keep it really intact. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. You got to make. You got to make.
We respect it. Everybody had their woes. I know people to this day. They are parents now. They having their woes. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
But let's not stray because we can do that. You know what I mean?
Always.
What I wanna really stay focused on is where we came from, right? The Spittlez.
Where we used to just be
doing what we had to do to get a meal.
We used to be on the block, just chilling, smoking. Exactly what we're doing right here. We used to do it on the block and have a whole bunch of debates and conversations. That's why the conversation is always going to stray away from one situation because with us, it's more like a debate.
Not even that. It's just that it's not linear for people like us. Like a conversation could be going this way, right? And a statement could be made that would draw a fork in the road.
And it'll go definitely like, all right, so now which way we going? We going this way or that way? But
hold on, let's go back though.
Yeah, because he just said something.
But let's not do that too much. Don't worry, as we continue to go along,
we'll get better at this.
We'll get better at this. The reason we're here is because me and Cuban, friends for 21 years, to this day, we chill with each other every day, whether we are with each other in the flesh or on the phone, FaceTime and all that. We play Xbox and shit like that. I'm not ashamed of that. I play video games.
All the time.
We be in our endeavors together. I be doing my shit, he be doing his shit, but we be on the jack. Because
that's what it's about.
We stay in tune.
Building structure, building a team, building a network, building a foundation, building something that's solid. Because like shout out to the Making Moguls podcast that was right before us. They said you would like to build relationships with what you do. So if we don't have a right relationship, how are we going to go forth into this world?
Making other relationships.
That's
a fact.
Do you understand?
And it's about the contributions that you can bring. Like, they also spoke of a barter system, going back to a barter system, which means trading off. What do you bring? What do I bring? And even if we bring the same thing, let's find out how to bring that to others and amplify that.
And bring it and make it better.
That's what we're doing here. Yeah, it's of course. And we had conversations with the Making Moguls host, Sir Vajano on Instagram and Empress. We're going to drop all their names and overlays and everything as we continue to progress because they definitely deserve their props.
Their flowers. They
yes,
definitely
sir.
deserve their flowers.
And on top of that, we're going to have them pull up to the show anyway and chill with us and show y'all how they are empowering their lives. And not only empowering their lives,
empowering other lives
through the same means. Why you out there being greedy? You know what I mean? For those of y'all out there being greedy, why you out there being greedy? Because there's a share of those people too. There's a share of people that are networking and helping everybody grow with the like-minded spirit and energy.
And keeping it together.
And there's those that are sheltering it and holding it to themselves. And if you even remotely get close, they're trying to stop that. You know what I mean? And I could never understand those vibes on that other side. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm about. You know what I mean? Anybody that knows me, that has ever engaged with me, knows that, in rightfully speaking, you know what it applies to. I don't need to go in detail, but what's mine is yours. You heard?
What's yours is mine.
As long as that reciprocation is there, we good money. Shit. That's it.
Every
good.
One hand wash the other, and they both gonna wash the face, bro. It gotta be that way. I can't just be washing your face this whole time and you not wash it. You haven't even washed my face one time.
That's a fact.
I can't even remember the last time you washed my face. But like I said, in this relationship here that we're building called the Spittlez, that is gonna be everywhere. It's the first relationship we gotta build. Yeah. Yes, we've been,
and it starts here.
Yes,
this is the root.
It starts here.
That's why we came here too. We keep straying. I got ADHD. This man does too.
Yeah, but I'm bringing it back. You see, I'm bringing it back.
No
you see, I'm bringing it back.
You get better at that.
You see, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
Get better at
I'm
that.
letting you ramble on. I'm letting him ramble on, and then I'm like, all right, let's get back to the topic at hand. Because
we're gonna get a little red light over there. I'll step on it. That means get it out, nigga.
No, I'm gonna step on it because at that thing and he just keeps going, bro. Like,
but that's why we here, because we both keep going.
Exactly.
And we said, why not just bring this shit to a podcast?
Exactly, and bring it together, because the information that we both hold and we both have, we can give it to y'all. And the conversations we be holding, people be wanting to hear.
Exactly.
And you're gonna want to hear these conversations.
And you may want to chime in. You may want to tell us what you think in the live chat. We'll address that. We're here with you. You know what I mean? And if you got an opinion that you can share, you may shed some light on something that we didn't see. You know what I mean? So be more than willing to join us and bring that to the table and join our conversations, because that's what we're trying to do. We felt like the conversations that we be having, a lot of y'all should be having as well. You know what I mean? And
but
maybe
people
conversations
are afraid.
that y'all having.
Hold on. People are afraid to have these conversations. You know why? Because like you were saying earlier to me on the phone, that I got mad over a comment that somebody had told me. No, I didn't get mad.
No, I know you was mad about
I didn't get mad about
the energy behind it.
Yes, the energy behind the comment,
yes.
Right? That's what got me mad. But a lot of people think that way. They'll get mad off of what you told them. You understand what I'm saying? They wouldn't accept that criticism. You understand what I'm saying? So they don't even want,
because half the time they take it wrong.
Exactly. They don't want to have that conversation.
My opinion is it's because they stand from there's a different standpoint, Cuban. And
what's that?
When people get bothered, they stand from the victim standpoint.
Everybody's a victim. When it's not going your way, you're a victim. And that's a fact.
That's a choice.
I
ain't no victim.
No. I know you're not a victim. I'm just saying you. I'm just saying the people that play like that, when it doesn't go their way and shit, this should have never happened to me. It should have happened. No, nigga. Own what the fuck you doing.
Yeah, because your actions is what's taking you there because of the cause and effect.
Own it. Yeah. Motherfuckers won't own that.
But that's why we're here. We're here to have these conversations, because sometimes you may need to talk about something and we can help you own that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's you may have an issue that you may not know how to solve. We can help you solve that. Mm-hmm. We're going to have people come here and join us and tell their story, and maybe you'll hear something from their story that could help you in your life, because that's how I've learned.
That's a fact.
A lot of the shit I've learned is from hearing other people's stories, hearing other people's expertise.
Hold on. No funny shit. When I was in jail, a lot of the old head niggas, I would listen to their stories more than I would listen to a nigga that was my age, because the nigga that was my age was on my same time.
He ain't shedding no light.
He on my same time.
Someone probably can.
Yeah, he can, but he on my same time. So why am I listening to you? I'm gonna listen to the gentleman that's been sitting down here since '89, and he got something in that man. Yeah, he must have did a crime. Granted, a lot of people did crimes and whatever, but still, that does not deteriorate his intelligence and what he has to offer, because God made him a creator. He just didn't find what was his creation. He got caught up in something. But he has something to create. And you just, whatever you get from that, just listen. Not always running your mouth and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. You're never going to learn that way. How are we supposed to learn? How am I supposed to build?
Yeah, it's about the intake. It's about the input, not the output. Yeah.
I'd rather sit here and be quiet and listen to everything than talk too much and miss everything. You understand that?
That's a fact. You got to know, you know, there's a time to speak and there's a time to listen, of course.
I'd rather just listen and chime in when need to chime in. You know why? Because I'm a student, I'm a sponge. I'm going to observe and listen and pay attention. You understand what I'm saying? Because I want to learn. If you're going to teach me something and it's possibly going to lead me in the right direction, why not be quiet?
That's it. And you know what enables that learning more than anything? And it's not only by listening to sources that come and talk to you, it's the accessibility that's out there too. The accessibility, the digital accessibility. Like back in the days, bro, when I was coming up, if you really wanted to like look into shit and dive in, you had to go to the library, bro. You had to find books and cross-reference and hit the encyclopedia. You ain't have no internet, bro. You ain't have Google. If you wanted to find out something local that
was back then when niggas had Nextels, you heard.
It's before that, boy. It's before that. I remember when
niggas was running.
Stop it.
Niggas was running around with the sidekicks talking about what's going on.
He's a youngin', that's why. I got him by like 10 years. I'm talking about before that, boy. There was no phones. There was no cell phones, bro. And if you had a pager, you was lucky. You had, you know, your family had bread, I guess. I ain't never see one in my immediate existence because people around me ain't have it. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. All we had was a house phone.
Yeah, you was lucky if you had that shit.
And we was lucky to have that. I ain't gonna lie. The red cable box, we only had that for a little while.
Don't stray. Hold on.
We only had that one for a little while.
Hold on. I'm talking about accessibility, though.
That is accessibility.
I know. That was some crazy ass accessibility, too.
Yeah, nigga, the red cable box, when you had the red cable box.
My man was on the Red Hot channels. That's why. He remembered that shit.
Don't fuck out of here, nigga.
He was getting spicy.
No, but and by the time we
Stop straying.
By the time my family got that, nigga, it was over.
What you need? Play it. Oh,
it was over. My mother already restricted all of that, so it was the Red Hot channels was done from the
everything
beginning.
was restricted in my crib, nigga.
The Red Hot channels.
We had TV time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have TV time, but the Red Hot channels
had TV time in my
restricted immediately, so the red box was dead.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
I sneaked the Red Hot a couple of times. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you look like one of those type of niggas that be sneaking the Red Hot.
What are you talking about, man? Who wasn't curious back then? What the fuck are you talking about?
Everybody
was. I come from an age where that shit was in the magazine rack in the bathroom. You talking about?
And your father closed the door. And your father closed the door, and you wonder why.
All right, stop straying though. That red cable box took you far, my G. Let's go back to talking about accessibility in this digital age that we live in. And then that works on many different platforms. Like even right now, we have the accessibility to reach you all through this podcast.
And y'all can reach us.
Before, bro, I had to come to your crib. I had to come to your neighborhood. I had to knock on your door. Dung, 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 dung. Are you interested in this? And bro.
Or knock on the door. Yo, can Lou come outside?
Yeah, that's what that was the reference I was making before, how we didn't have none of this accessibility that we have nowadays. That's a whole nother topic of discussion anyway, because
accessibility is the same thing.
What was supposed to connect us even further, I believe, has made people disconnected, but that's a whole nother...
What you mean by that?
That's a whole nother topic, bro. What you mean what I mean by that? Let's see what, I'm gonna say it one more time. We're not gonna touch on it too much, but the things that were meant to connect us further, that were made to easily connect us, like cell phones and social media and all that crap. I feel like that stuff that was made to connect us better has made people more disconnected. You know what I mean? Because some people
would rather just
live in that realm and not live in this realm, bro.
So you were saying some people just rather talk to you on FaceTime than talk to you like this?
Of course. Some people would rather only hit the life of social media as opposed to hitting real life. There's people out there like that, bro.
But how are you supposed to get your money if you don't talk to nobody?
that's on them if they trying to make that initiative. But that's different. That's what we talking about too. That's the accessibility. But some people out there, they're not tapping into that accessibility.
You know why?
Some people are on some real barbaric shit, some old day shit, where they in their cribs, locked in with the shades down in the darkness, and they ain't tapping into nobody, boy.
For like 10 weeks straight. They've
nobody.
been in the crib just sitting
The
there.
people that know them wonder if they're okay. Well, check in on those people though. You heard? Check in and see if they're okay.
Knock on their door from time to time and see.
Like I said, this shit can make people real disconnected. I know some people I haven't spoken to in a while, but they on this every day. You heard? They out there. You know what I mean? Say hi sometime. How you doing?
The disconnection be so real. Everybody will sit in the room and be on the phone instead of having a conversation.
I've seen that so many times.
On every occasion.
So many times. People be having dinner with each other, and they be in their phones, and they ain't say 2 words to each other.
Or sitting down in the restaurant, and both of them on their phone.
You know what I'm saying? Not even looking at each other. I've seen that.
Leave it, my nigga.
I don't know. They just don't care. You got to take the initiative on your own, man, for your own life to do the right thing or whatever. But I can't even say that nowadays. I'd be like, do the right thing. That shit is open to interpretation. What I may deem the right thing,
you may be deemed the fucking, what the fuck, this nigga's a bugging out.
This is really it right here.
This is what I'm supposed to be doing right
now. You're entitled to your own opinion. I can't take that away from you. So do what you do. But if you like-minded and you see that what we doing may be something you would like to do, and then go with that. And if you have something that you be like, these people may be interested in, then bring that.
Bring that.
Yeah, come on, man.
I would love for that.
It's about connections and reciprocation and keeping it constant. We're all electrical signals. Remember that.
And we're all creators. X, rest in peace to X.
We're made from the Creator. Listen, we're made from the Creator, the one Creator. We're fragments of the one Creator. We all made in His image.
So why aren't we all creating?
We're made in the image of the Creator. Whatever you may deem that to be, because we leave that open to interpretation and respect all opinions as well. We don't touch religion here because everybody has their own interpretation. We don't touch politics here because everybody has...
No, but we can. It should.
You could bring it. You could bring it as long as we're respecting where everybody comes from. Because I surely have a standpoint. You surely have a standpoint on many of those levels. But I'm going to start by not generalizing it and saying that whatever higher power you believe in, that Creator, the one, we come from that. We were made in the image of that. So the same way that can create, we are meant to create as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And more importantly than that, we're human beings. You know, you're here to be. That's what you are. You know what I'm saying? And in order to be, you must do. There's a quote out there like that.
Exactly.
You know?
That's why you must find your creation and create it. You got to find what it is in you to create.
Because in order to be, you must do. You must do. You got to put that work in. You got to. Look what we're doing right now. If this was just a thought, how do you bring it to fruition?
By creating.
By doing that shit. You got to do that shit.
You just got to start creating.
He say, hey, I want to be a host of my own podcast. How do you be that? By doing that.
Just getting up and do it. Put the camera on, 2 microphones, and let's go. Let's figure it out.
And how do you do that? Through accessibility. Accessibility. That's going to be today's title. Accessibility. You heard?
You got to be accessible.
It's all accessible. You got to make yourself accessible and partake in what is accessible. Which gets it all out there. I make music. I make music passively. I'm looking to change that. Keep saying that, you heard? Because in order to be, you must do, you heard?
Exactly.
I do music passively. And I come from the era where me and Spook was sitting in his... Shout out to Spook. My man Shane out there, you know, 183rd Love. He probably watching. If not, you can get tap in. My man Cuban gonna hit the tap in. But Spook, me and Spook used to be in his bathroom, bro. Making music, writing rhymes, smoking a grease in the bathroom, smoking a nice little, you know. Making music on a boombox with tapes, you heard?
Tapes.
We used to flip the tapes to dub up and all of that. We used to have to, as the ages progressed, we had to transfer that to CDs. But for anybody that's ever made music or pursued any endeavors before this age of accessibility that we live in now, you could remember having to go out there and work a lot harder to do whatever you was doing. with music. We had to go out there. There's people out there with their CDs on the streets. They're not even, they selling it for $1 a pop, or they giving it away for free, or they trying to promote their shit right out the back of their trunk and shit, right or wrong. Remember back in the days when niggas had, now, you set up your mic and your interface and your computer and all that.
Do your thing.
You could stream on Spotify and
do your own thing.
Apple, iTunes, all of it.
And do your own thing.
Accessibility.
You're being accessible.
Bro.
You're being accessible. You're creating. You're
It's
continuing.
not about, no, but I'm saying
You're being accessible to
that's
the creation.
accessible to you now. Before you had to
Go out, yeah. Before you had to go
you didn't
out.
have that accessibility. You had to do a lot more.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
had
I'm
to
saying?
go
Like,
out, either know somebody that knows somebody to get a studio in.
bro, even your friends wasn't so accessible as texting them. Like right now, we speak about Spook right now, and he could pop him up on his phone and message him and blah blah blah. That's accessibility, bro. Back in the days, we couldn't tap in with Spook unless we went to his crib and knocked on his door. You feel me?
Excuse me, can Shane come?
Remember that?
Spook come outside?
Yeah, it wasn't that accessible. And sometimes Spook couldn't come outside, boy. So was he accessible? No, nigga. This the accessibility, man. Now everything's accessible to you. It's all about how much you want to go out there and get it.
That's a fact.
Look at you with what you do. Elaborate on that and elaborate how you applied accessibility in your endeavors. You feel me? Because you had to reach out and grab stuff from other places, from other sources. You had to learn from other sources. You had to dive in other places. You know.
And
what was accessible to you?
Exactly, and accept what was accessible to me. You understand what I'm saying? So, I do cultivation.
Put that in layman terms. Break that down a little bit more. By saying you do cultivation, you do what exactly?
I grow.
You grow.
I grow weed.
Yeah, you grow weed.
Shout out to my page, Zod_Effect Genetics.
And just to be mindful, you grow weed for what purposes?
Knowledge-based purposes. Nothing is for sale. Everything it is that I'm trying to do, like I said, I'm trying to teach gardening, teach how to grow organically, an organic method to smoke our flower. We all love flower, right or wrong, right? We all love flower. So I learned, you understand what I'm saying? Well, I got a kind of rare of a story how I learned how to grow organic flower, because I kind of went to like California and I brought an A for weed, and I'm just gonna sum it up in a fast fashion, right? I went to California, I brought an A for weed, I brought it back, and I'm not gonna disclose the name of the strand, but it was a really good strand. But this was ever gonna be my first time doing this. You understand what I'm saying? So I went to California, I brought it back, I threw it in the Chinese food. My daughter, she had from school, she had a Chinese food, the small order of the sweet tea for the dirt that she was doing this project in school. The flower that she had in it wasn't growing, bro. Nothing was growing. Everything she put in that little cellular piece of thing
wasn't popping out.
Nothing. She came from school with something.
I'm sorry. I just want to say what up to everybody that tapped in. For those that commented in the live chat, thanks for joining us. We got a few people in the live chat. That's why. Somebody said grow that gas. Another person said LEI. What's up? That's what's up.
Yo, so nothing was growing. She brought it from school, whatever that was there. She had it by the window right by my computer desk, and I'm looking at it like, yo, bro, nothing is growing out of that. So I rolled up the last little bit of nug that I had. One seed popped, dropped out of there, bro. On the grace of God.
I'm about to try.
I'm about to try it, yeah. But I threw it in the dirt. I let it sit there. I didn't even water it or nothing like the first week. It sprouted off of the light and everything off the windowsill. She sprouted.
That's all you needed to see, right?
Bro.
So I'm about to keep pushing
this.
I'm
not gonna lie. Do you remember that day? Do you remember? Because think about it. Because I'm about to tell you something that's gonna make you remember. Remember, I hit you up and was like, yo, bro, this shit is growing. You was like, yo, go on Amazon and buy that little book.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
That's what you started with.
Remember? Remember?
He
Remember?
bought this shit that was made for like
It was
radishes or some shit.
radish and some whole other
But
bullshit.
it was like a hydroponic book lamp
book lamp.
with a soil bed in it. It was some old bullshit.
OD. But it had LED lights on it. It had
That's
LED.
my review. That shit was bullshit.
Yeah.
But it had like this nice little
LED panel on it.
UV. Yeah, it was like
LED.
ultraviolet.
No,
like
it was
purple.
it was white LEDs on there.
Shit was nice though.
It was a nice
and
book.
It made something happen, but that's what
Started
what
the dream.
titillated his mind and was like, yo,
Oh, I need to do more.
I gotta do better than this. That shit almost happened.
No, it happened. It kept growing.
But
Kept growing.
it wasn't like
No,
it wasn't
I
gonna
got
get
the
to
yield from that.
flowering. You got a yield from that?
Yeah, I got
In the
it.
book?
Hold on, you didn't
In the book?
No, not out the book. This is what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
you transplanted it.
My
All right, don't get too crazy.
the vision. I'm not getting too crazy.
That's another episode. You're gonna drag that story out if you get into real detail. But
No, I was gonna cut it off short. That's what
I
was
wanted
saying.
you to speak more on the accessibility.
This is accessible. The book, all of this, before I didn't think it was accessible. All I did was planted a seed. And then after that, I went and grabbed a book and was like, oh, snap, this is real, this is
So
really
you started
happening.
diving into the.
It's the accessibility of growing. And now I know I can grow. It's accessible to me now.
No, I hear that, but then exactly, and then you had to go acquire knowledge.
Knowledge and
You
accessible.
had to use the methods that would make that accessible to you as well.
Exactly,
Yes.
and apply all of that, but still within all.
So speak on that. That's what I'm saying. Don't.
I'm going into
harbor
the-
on the book.
No, I'm not. I wasn't harboring on the book.
Because you're about to talk about how you transplanted it in.
No, I wasn't. I was saying
No,
I
go ahead,
transplanted
continue.
it over, and like I said, within the knowledge of the book, after getting the book, I knew I needed to seek out more. I needed to seek out more knowledge. So what I did, I looked it up. Oh, I need X, Y, and Z. I grabbed those things. Those was accessible to me at the time. I grabbed that, grabbed this, grabbed that, grabbed this, and now it grew into a plant. Because of the accessibility, I could reach it, I could grab it.
You kept pushing to grab more stuff, and you keep it growing. And
Went out and grabbed some network with a couple of people, somebody that's gonna inform me the right way. Yo, you need to do this way, that way. Now, not all knowledge is good knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? It's what works for you. Because everything what works for him is not gonna really is gonna work for me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just with everybody.
that's a fact.
You understand?
So you gotta try for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't base an experience that you've never tried to have on your own by someone else's shot that they took. You know what I mean? Like,
you just gotta try it.
think about it.
What
Like,
works for you is gonna work for you. And at the
like
time,
you can't look at that basketball player, right, Cuban, and be like, oh, he shot that ball and he made it in. So I guess that I'll be able to do the same without ever trying to see if you could, right?
you gotta try it.
I would likely make that in, but you never shot the ball in your life. How do you really know? Like, you gotta try. You gotta go. You gotta take that shot.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
And you gotta use what's accessible to you. It's everything. His growing, he had to find what was accessible to him to amplify his efforts. Same thing with me, with my photography. I bought a camera. I did this, I did that, I did this. You know, I'm just trying to find my way, trying to see what's accessible to me. And through those efforts, you start to find where you can amplify and you can make more out of your endeavors instead of staying where you started or dropping out. You know what I mean? Because people do that shit too often as well.
All the time.
Pick something up for 2 minutes and be like,
Nah, that's not for me.
I'm good.
A lot of people rather pay for their endeavors and said, I did all of that.
well, yeah, or get somebody else to do the work for them. Yeah, and take the credit. Yeah, a lot of people get by like that. You know what I mean? But not to say that that's not a thing, or it can't work for you. If you can make it work for you, then by all means, everybody's out there trying to be a boss and getting other people to accomplish their work for them while they sit back. But I like the fruits of my labor, even more so when I'm sowing the seed on my own. You know what I mean? Like tending to the plant on my own. You heard? That's when the fruit tastes better. You heard?
And I guarantee you my fruit tastes way better. You're going to be like, wow, like this is really, 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 really good. Really good. And I never thought, I'm going to be real, I'm going to be 100% with you. I didn't think that was accessible to me. I didn't think growing and everything was this accessible to me. But I put my mind to it and said, nah, I really can do this. Just off of one seed. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, I really can do it. And it put me in great positions. You understand what I'm saying? To learn more, to be more of a student. You understand what I'm saying? To be quiet more and learn and be more patient. You understand what I'm saying?
It's because people trying to do shit on their own. And they ain't really trying to listen to, I don't understand that logic anyway. Even the people that think they can live by that logic, they don't live like that, bro. They most certainly reaching out to some kind of source to add to their experience, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
You got people here in the chat.
You would love to learn more about growing?
You would love to learn more about growing, yeah.
All you gotta do is tap in.
Conversate. That's
All
it.
you gotta do is tap in and actually tap in.
We got Champagne Dobby. Shout out to Champagne Dobby for joining us. He said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's 100% accurate.
That's a fact. That's definitely.
How you ever gonna know, bro? I'm telling you, I've used that analogy a lot where I tell people, you sitting there with the ball in your hand, you're like, I'm probably gonna miss that shit. And you don't even try. Nah, here, bro. Take the ball, you shoot.
Yeah, you shoot. You shoot.
I'm probably gonna miss. Why? Nigga, no, you shoot it. No, I'm probably gonna miss, bro.
Sometimes I'm happier with the assist. You heard?
No doubt.
I'm happy.
You could play with the assist as well, but how would you know what you could bring to the court?
Exactly. That's what you bring into the court. Because if I'm assisting all the plays,
if you're on the court, first of all, congratulations, because it's better than sitting down on the bench.
But even if you're sitting down on the bench, because you still waiting for your turn to come in, and when you come in, you better make it count, because that's how you stay in. That's a fact.
Heard it.
And be a team player. But when you come in, make that shit count, bro. Make it count.
Got quite a few people here.
Make it count. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody here.
Thank you for
joining us.
Thank you.
You can keep the conversation live by joining us and dropping your comments as you're already doing. We appreciate that because that's how we would like to turn up the experience.
Shout out to everybody.
This is episode 1.
This is episode 1.
We trying to grow as much as this man's plants. You
That's
heard?
a fact. Shit, probably taller than my plants.
Fruitfully, you heard?
That is.
Let's get this shit going, man.
And beautifully, on top of that.
And like if you like we stated before, if you would ever like to join us here on this platform, we now have that accessibility. I can't state it enough. Once again, I want to thank the Making Mogul Show, the Mogul brand, New Heat Studios.
Hold on. This is sponsored by the Making Moguls. If you
got my man in the background over there.
Hold on. This is sponsored by Making Moguls, right? If you want to learn how to become the biggest mogul, affordable, cheap, low, however you want to see it, you need to tune in every Monday to the Making Moguls podcast.
7 p.m.
Because
they dropping gems.
They dropping gems over there.
And they teach. Listen, what they're doing, they're sharing the resources that are available to them. Once again, that's accessibility. They got it there. We try and bring that to our table as well. Another show to watch. Accessibility is here. As well as the fact that you're already getting it from many other sources that are out there. The reputed people that have done it before us, respect to all of y'all as well, because these are the insightful people that make you be like, yo, I want to do a podcast too. So shout out to all of y'all out there, you know what I mean, that have done it before us, real talk. Because
without them, this wouldn't even be possible. If you think about it.
I hope I'm saying the right word, but the predecessors, you feel me?
But without them,
you learn from that.
Excuse me. Without them, a lot of this wouldn't even be possible. Because a lot of people wouldn't even tune in to watch people have conversations that we have.
That's a fact. But then that takes me back to the lunchroom mentality that I would like for to be here at the Spittlez, where this is the table that you could come sit down at, join. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cousin Al. Cousin Al just bopped into the room as well. But yeah, you could definitely just come join this table, have the conversation, come bring with you any insights that you can share to this table. Come talk about what you're doing to grow out there. We love that shit, you know what I mean? Because
big ups to everybody that's self-employed, just driven. You're just driven by yourself. It's not a self mentality, but you're driven by self
Self-worth.
structure,
Let's talk about self-worth. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're driven by you and how you can make yourself and everybody around you. Everybody around you should be a boss. Everybody around you should be as equal as you.
Yeah, because it's not just about self, but it starts with
self.
self. Yes, of course. You know, to shout out to everybody that's doing their thing, because I feel like that energy has been consistent. Like, especially in 2022, you see that shit in memes and all of that, and people are really talking about elevating throughout the year, and I can honestly say that shit applied to me in some in levels as well. Like, I saw a meme one time where it said, "Is it just me, or did we all live two different lives this year?" You know, where January to June was different than July to December, and I felt that shit because that shit was for me, 100%. But it taught me lessons, and I grew from that, and I started taking on new endeavors. You know,
from you said
it was for my man over here. It was for a Cuban. I'm telling you, I bet you it was for a lot of y'all too, because I saw that in the memes and all of that.
Switching lanes, like
that
it
energy
was,
was
like
constant.
retarded.
It was like, what the
nigga?
But keep moving.
It grows.
We're not meant to stand still. Keep moving,
That's
bro.
why I said we're all creators. We gotta continue to create. Continue to create. It don't stop. Continue to do what you love and branch it out. Make it bigger. You understand what I'm saying?
Whatever that may be. And if for any reason you feel like you're not doing much, because some of us feel that out there. You heard? I ain't doing shit, man. I'm not happy with this, and there's a contribution that we're all meant to make in this world, and that's within you. You're gonna find it. You just have to look for it. You know what I mean? Because we all play a part of this world. Everyone is here to bring a contribution to the table, whatever size it may be, small or big. There's a part where you fit in. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to find it.
And be accessible.
Because nothing's meant to stand alone in this world, man. That's what I believe. Nothing stands alone. Everything that we
shout out to Jay Bunny, like he said too. And everything needs a strong team. You need a strong team. There's no I in
That's
team.
how you amplify the signal.
There's no I in team.
That's how you amplify the signal. You see, it could be just me. Now I'm strengthening that signal. Boom. It's Cuban. You're strengthening that signal. Boom. It's Vagina. We're strengthening that signal. Boom. Empress. Boom. You out there watching. Boom. This guy. That guy.
Well, actually, it starts out with you guys. Y'all gonna fuel us the most. You know what I'm saying? Because the content we create is gonna be reflected off of what y'all.
Yes. So we hope that can be reciprocated through you. We hope that we can provide something that can pass through you. We're electrical signals. This is a current. How does the current remain constant? It has to connect. It has to maintain connection.
You can't stay stagnant.
So we hope that the signal we send your way, you take that signal, you send it somebody else's way. You send your signal this way, we send it that way. We keep the current running. Imagine how much more can be accomplished. Because I don't know if people join the chat and tell us if you have done exponential things in your life by simply staying to yourself. I would love to hear that story. I think that would be highly insightful.
Nah, you know what it is. They'll stay to themselves and have everybody else do it, because they'll entrust in one or two people that they know that is like about that going to get shit. And
No. That's still involving other people. I want to hear the story from that one person who's like, I ain't fuck with no one, and I did all of this. Stop it.
We got somebody saying that's a 1% chance. A few?
But I want to see those few. Wouldn't that be some enlightening shit? I really want to know how you did it by yourself. Because how can that be? He had to reach out to other people to get things done too. Yeah.
That's why I said he entrusted in one or two people. You gotta entrust in one.
Listen,
however you see it.
In hindsight, you can say that would never exist, because no matter what it may be, no matter what you're doing, you have to acquire it from somewhere else. If I'm here as a singular entity and I need to build a house, What is the first thing that I need to acquire after me?
Obviously,
Stop it.
That's
So
the
here we
obvious.
are.
Like, can you build a house unless you know how to build a house?
I'm not
Then-
even talking about it.
then-
I'm talking about everything, though.
What?
You smoking right now, nigga.
What you mean?
When it started from just you, what you needed next? Nothing stands alone. You needed your weed, nigga, right?
Yeah.
You feel me? Nothing stands alone. We need the air we breathe, dog.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. I wanna know somebody that felt like they stood alone on everything, because I think that doesn't exist. The same way.
It don't though. It really don't. Nobody's
Yeah, exactly.
like I said. It doesn't exist. Nobody did anything by themselves.
Yeah, I think it's highly unlikely.
No football player, no basketball
So
player.
that's just something we should keep in
maybe-
mind, is what I'm saying.
Wait. It's that one. I think I found that one. Maybe a tennis player.
How?
And a golf. Because it's probably just him and the trainer.
How would you know how good that tennis player is if they never played against another person?
They played against somebody because that other person is
Stop
trying
it.
to be great too.
Another person had to be involved. Stop
Yeah,
it.
but he trying to be great. They both
I'm
trying to
talking
be great.
about.
It's a
I'm
single
talking
man
about
thing.
still.
It's a
still,
single
there-
man thing.
But you
Golf.
still,
How about golf?
You still
It's a
have to involve something else in order to have a level of comparison. There's something scientific about that, I believe. Right? Yeah, we're gonna have to touch on why you think differently, man. Yeah, eventually we're gonna have to hear that. I'm gonna bring that up when you sit over here at this table, Pike.
That's a fact.
Let's just
I
talk
wanna hear
about that.
1%.
But I don't want to drag that on too long. We about to cut this soon. But before we go, I really want to just amplify the fact that we are grateful for anyone that chose to join us.
That's a fact. Thank you.
We're grateful for
I
those that are
appreciate
choosing
you.
to connect with us and help us to build this accessibility and connectivity that we have going here. I heard somewhere energy is currency.
Every energy.
I've been seeing that more than ever nowadays. Like, pay it forward with energy.
Keep the
Energy is
real.
currency.
Keep
That shit more valuable than money at times too. You could build
lot of
relationships
times.
off of energy alone.
A lot of
Stop
times.
thinking you can't do it because you ain't got a couple dollars. Stop it, man.
You can do anything you want to do. Just put your mind to it and your foot forward. That's it.
That's it.
Mind to it, foot forward, and it's
Just
gonna
do
happen.
it. Do it. I don't
Like,
mean
nigga,
fight from Nike or whatever.
But just
but
do it,
do
bitch.
it. Do it.
Just do it.
In order to
I
be,
know.
you must do. And we're here to be, bro. We put here to be human beings. You're supposed to be, bro. In order to be, you must do. So start doing. Don't be stagnant. We're not meant to stand still. That's the real shit that we want to show y'all as we go forward. We wanna bring people up here that believe those same ideas. You know what I mean? To share that same energy and keep paying that forward. Because that's how you amplify the signal. I can't stress that enough.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
Even y'all in the chat, y'all amplifying the signal with us right now. Y'all tuning in. There's something in you that may resonate with what we're saying. You're like, hell yeah. Hell, I want to say that too. Say that shit. You
Say
heard?
that.
We here.
Never heard that shit you heard. Say everything you gotta say, and it will be appreciated.
And that's why we opening doors to that.
Exactly.
Right here.
On the Spittlez. Welcome to the Spittlez.
At the Spittlez. Come chill with us.
Come chill with us.
I'm trying to make that the slogan, you heard? Come chill with us.
Come chill with us, man. Come chill with us,
Yeah,
man.
that's it, right there on the bottom, you heard?
Come chill with us. Come chill with us.
Come chill with us. That's really all it is. Come chill with us. Because a lot of things happen out of just chilling most of the time. A lot of conversations happen, connections happen from just chilling, bro.
If you want to come through,
Effortlessly.
If not, that's on you.
I said that too.
You heard? If you want to come through, if not, that's on you, my G.
I said that as well.
Nobody
forcing you.
Nobody's forcing you.
You're not obligated. If you want to come through,
That's you.
if not, that's on you. Yeah. Yeah. But come chill with us. Yeah. I like that one better. Be positive.
Huh?
Be positive.
That is positive.
Don't give them no options. Just come chill with us. You heard?
That is positive, nigga. That's on them. It's all opinion based. I told you that we started that. That's their opinion. If they don't want to, that's their.
But I'm gonna minimize those options. You heard? Come chill with us. That's it. I don't want to create the energy of people not coming through by saying, if not, that's on you. You understand that?
Yeah, but still, I would rather.
It should sound better.
It sounds straight to the point. You understand what I'm saying?
Just come chill with
It
us.
sounds straight to the point, and that's what we said earlier in the podcast. People don't understand that. People don't they don't listen to that when you being straightforward. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you don't click in, and that message goes deep, because if you don't tune into what we're saying, you're missing something, and that's on you.
That's true.
That's on you.
I mean, you could hear us, but are you listening? That's kind of what that is.
And at any given episode, we can have something that benefits somebody, and if they miss it, that's on you.
That's true.
I'm not saying it it's probably the way I said it.
But I take you back to accessibility. So if you did miss this episode tonight, this live stream, and if you were not able to sit here and join us in on the chat, these clips of this episode will be uploaded onto our Instagram page, The Spittlez, DASPITTLEZ, The Spittlez. You'll see the clips there. We'll have the video up on YouTube.
And all the links will be.
We're gonna get all of those wrinkles ironed out because practice is progression, and we're sitting here growing every day. We're trying to learn this. If you have any insights that you can share to help us progress this platform as well, bring it.
Quoted by LaRussell, this is all an audition.
You said that wrong. It's all a rehearsal.
Rehearsal, audition, same shit. It's all the same shit.
There's a difference between listening and hearing. Yes, sir. Yes, there is. Because you could hear somebody, but did you really listen? That shit happened to me a lot of times. My wife be mad at me. Shout out to my wife. She say some shit in the background. And
nigga be like,
babe. I'm like,
yeah, what's good?
What? You didn't hear me?
Nah.
Sorry. It be like that sometimes.
What you said?
But you gotta listen. You heard? When you hear somebody, take a moment to listen. Take a moment to tap in. You never know what you'll be missing. You heard? That was a bar. You saw that?
My son over here about to freestyle.
Hold on, let me write that.
Oh, head nigga.
Let me write that shit down. Okay.
This nigga about to freestyle.
But you heard? Don't miss out on something because you chose to look the other way. You heard? Mm-hmm. Like, take a moment to see how it could work for you, how it could be beneficial to you. You really never know. Dive in. Be more open-minded. Tap into sources. You're an electrical signal by yourself. How do you amplify that? By connecting to other signals.
That's a fact.
Spreading it out.
That's definitely.
Don't be afraid to do that. Real talk. I'm learning that firsthand right now. I'm sure Cuban is as well as others that stand alongside of us.
Talk to people. You never know where that conversation will take you.
And with that being said, we're going to let y'all go tonight. And we thank y'all for joining us here at the Spittlez. Monday, next week, 8 p.m., come chill with us.
Come chill with us.
We're going to be right here. And we're going to lock in.
It's your boy Cuban Hound on everything. Zod Effect, Zod_Effect Genetics on everything as well. You want to give them your...
Yes, sir. You can follow me on iam.pach.fm. That's IamPach FM for my music page, and you can follow me for my photography at Pacharazzi, PACH.A.RAZZI. But don't forget to go and follow us at The Spittlez.
The Spittlez. Yeah,
DASPITTLEZ.
That's the first one you follow. Before following Cuban Hound and Zod Effect and all that other shit. Look, my headphone. That's how true it is. My headphone falling off.
We're going to drop all of that, though. We're going to get overlays popping and all that. We're going to figure this out. We're going to get the promo for our sponsors and everything. We're going to shout everybody out. We're going to have this on a regular basis, reminding you who to tap in with.
To a theater near you.
To stay current on this energy that we spreading around.
No, my fault. To a YouTube near you, you heard.
All right. But we're going to log out right now. We're going to say good night.
Good night.
Shout out to everybody.
Blessings.
See you next time.
Next time.